Nutrisource Pet Foods just launched a new product that can give our active hunting dogs a big boost when they need it most. It's called kombucha. Nutrisource kombucha, inspired of course by kombucha, is a savory, meaty bone broth topper that's packed with activated postbiotics from a fermentation product that thrives in the gut to promote a healthy gut ecosystem for digestion support. That's a mouthful. But what it means for us bird dog owners is that we now have a healthy topper to pour over our dog's food if they're ever stressed or won't eat while on a long hunting trip. Kombucha is offered in 3 flavors, turkey, beef, and chicken, and comes in a 12-ounce pouch. Nutrisource high-performance dog foods provide exceptional healthy nutrition for active dogs of every breed, just like my dog Daisy. Now they have a topper that gives our 4-legged hunters another edge when they need it the most. Check out their full lineup of dog foods at NutrisourcePetFoods.com. If you're an avid outdoorsman or woman on the go, then odds are good that you have toys and equipment that you need to haul. Aluma Trailers, they've got you covered. Their trailers are built by a hardworking team in Bancroft, Iowa, right here in the good old USA. They have models for nearly any and every hauling need, from ATV and UTV trailers to utility, snowmobile, motorcycle, car trailers, and even fully enclosed trailers like mine. Trust me when I say Aluma Trailers tow gear like a dream. Their trailers are constructed out of lightweight, strong, corrosion-resistant aluminum, and they are 100% maintenance-free. Plus, they come with an industry-best 5-year warranty. Visit alumakln.com to find a trailer that fits your needs. For everything that gets you outdoors, Aluma Trailers will help you get there. Welcome to Omaha, everybody. It is an absolute pleasure to be here tonight. We're at the Brickway Brewery and Distillery. Honestly, I'm humbled.
This is pretty crazy.
This is cool. This is fun. I mean, just coming to Pheasant Fest is always just one of those. I tell my wife this when we come down here, that these are all people that love what we love. And we get to talk, and they come up and they tell me stories about things they've watched and what they've loved, and the mistakes that we've made in the field, all the things that we try to show that are real. And everybody else, all of you out here tonight, you have the same stories, and you come up and you want to share them, and it's just a lot of fun. And now tonight, I said, no, Scott, I do not want to do this. And yet here we are.
I said,
just like everything else I tell them I don't want to do. But here we are. We're doing our very first live podcast. And you guys all came out tonight, and it's humbling. And I just personally thank you for coming tonight. Tyler Webster, my buddy from North Dakota from the Birds, Booze, and Buds podcast. He's here.
Sir.
This is Scott Fransen. I'm going to suck up to him. He's technically my boss.
He does sign
Or
paychecks
his
for
chauffeur, one or the other.
Yes, he drove me all the way to Omaha this morning, but also co-host of the Flush Television Show. So tonight, we are going to try to let you guys ask us questions, and we will see where the conversation goes.
Chances are we're not going to know much about the answers, but we can make stuff up. So
Ben Bredigan from Onyx just came in with a whole stack of elite memberships. If you do not have an elite Onyx membership, you want this, and you will quickly understand why, because it gives you access to so much information all over the country. You're going to love it. We also have hats and buffs here, and if you come up and ask a question, the mic is right in front of us. You will take home, if we deem it worthy, Scott, correct?
They're all worthy, Travis. Come on.
I will be the judge of that. I will be the judge of that.
Take his hat away, Scott.
We have, first of all, I want to say just how far you guys travel to come to this event is so cool to me. Can you guys maybe yell where you're from, one at a time or two at a time? Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
Ohio.
Iowa. Wisconsin.
South Dakota.
South Dakota.
All right, now let's settle down just a touch. I gotta. You guys could have all the pheasants. I don't care.
He's the hunt capital. So, like, if you go through, Tyler, and you would pick a state, I'm going to pick a state. You tell me what that state is known for.
Sure.
Okay.
Go.
Wisconsin.
Rough grouse.
Wyoming.
Sage grouse.
Scott. Montana.
Beer. No,
Fair answer. I'll accept it.
North Dakota.
Huns, baby.
Oh, yeah. South Dakota.
Ooh.
Pheasant.
Pheasant.
Capital. Yes. Texas.
Bob Whites.
Quail.
Arizona.
Quail.
All the quails.
Nevada.
Chuckers.
Yeah. Washington.
Chucker.
Maine.
Definitely chucker. Rough grouse.
Florida.
Snipe.
Alligators. I don't know.
Okay, Tyler, how many
Iguanas,
years have you been coming to the Pheasant Fest now?
This is only my second Pheasant Fest, and I had so much fun at the first one. I was excited to go last year when it was supposed to be in Sioux Falls, and then that fell through. And then I've been thinking about this literally every day since season got done.
What have you been doing since season got done? Because you hunted like 150 days straight.
136 is all.
I round up. I'm dramatic.
Yep. Quit over exaggerating. Yeah. I mean, like you're also 5'5", not 5'7".
Round up. My ID actually lies. It makes almost 5'8".
Sure. Yeah. I'm also 180 pounds, so it's all right. I get it.
I know everybody that sees me is like, oh gosh, you're shorter than you look on TV.
Yeah.
And then, so George Lyle, who will probably be here in a little bit, he's been sending people over because we've been heckling each other back and forth all day. So I never know if they're actually meaning what they're telling me because they come to rip on me. But then I don't know if George sent them or if somebody else. So that's kind of been the running.
I don't know who's writing George's jokes this weekend, but they're on point.
Yeah,
I mean, he's been getting some good ones.
Good
so I think he's sitting over. I think he's been writing stuff down.
Good for him.
But since season got over, I've been thinking about this and turkey hunting is all I've been thinking about. So this first.
Scott, how many years for you down here? Or not down here, but as Pheasant Fest moves?
I think this is our 7th, I think, isn't it?
Favorite story from Pheasant Fest?
Keep it PG. We got some young people in here.
Which, by the way, I want to say, this young man.
Right there.
Will you come up here, please, bud? Yep. With the chucker hat on. Yep. Can you grab that microphone and tell us your name?
Don't worry, Travis can't grab it either.
I know, I can't either. I was hoping that you could do that to help me out. This is what it's like when we go hunting, too, by the way. This is exactly what it's like.
Yeah.
It's never a dull moment. Go ahead. Can you tell us your name, please, how old you are, and how many chucker you harvested this year?
My name is Jason Newmarker. I'm 8 years old, and I've shot 42 chucker this year.
Woo! Oh! That's 42 more than Scott Fransen.
The answer to that last question we knew was going to be more than any of us. So we knew that was going to be the answer.
We're proud of you.
That's amazing.
Yeah, man,
That's
for sure.
Amazing. That's amazing.
Tell these guys how far you came to get here, too. Where'd you guys come from?
Reno, Nevada.
There you go.
Man.
Thanks for coming.
Thanks for coming here tonight. Very cool.
Next year they'll have you up here instead of me. So it'll just start practicing.
It's possible that maybe yet tonight.
Could happen.
Get rid of.
Would you like a hat?
Yeah, we've got this hat.
We got
over
a hat
here,
for you. And a buff.
Tyler.
Yes.
Favorite story from Pheasant Fest so far?
So far this year?
Oh, this year. Oh, I haven't answered that.
Yeah, go ahead, Scott. He can't spring things like this on me.
I met...
I'm the host. I can do whatever I want.
That's fair.
I met a young lady, I think she's even here tonight, that told me about this was her first year of upland bird hunting. And she got started because she had a Labrador Retriever that was doing really well in kind of hunt. There she is, right there. Yeah, so her Labrador was doing well in some training events, but really showed an interest in more hunting-oriented activities. So she took it upon herself to call the Game and Fish Department, found someone that would mentor her but first asked, where do I find someone that could mentor me? I'll pay him. And he offered, and I might be getting part of the story wrong, so if you want to come up and tell it accurately.
Would you like to come up and tell your story?
Please do, because that's the best story I've heard. It's wonderful.
Tap dance, Scott.
I know. I'm juggling right now.
He's juggling.
Virtually.
Okay.
Yes,
if
right
you want
there.
to grab that microphone right
Tell
there.
us your name again, please.
Jamie.
Jamie, thank you so much for coming all the way to Omaha.
From
And then-
Washington.
Washington State.
Yes.
Holy
Yes.
cow.
Central Washington,
that
right?
might be the record actually. I know that Ben back there in the back came from Pennsylvania, but I think you made it farther.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
Jamie,
fill in
yeah.
where I
Okay,
made my
so
mistakes.
Actually, the lab at like 10 months old got kicked out of agility class because he was hunting his way through agility. And I had to find another thing to follow the lab with. And for my birthday, my 58th birthday, this October, I reached out to a guy in the Hunting Regulation magazine and asked him if he would teach me to hunt and help me with my
Wow.
dog that apparently wanted to hunt. And he met me on the opener and took me out hunting. And then for a couple of days or a couple weekends past that, he met me and trained with birds and then said, go. And pretty soon I was hunting 4 to 5 days a week.
Awesome.
Wow.
And I learned how to hunt by watching The Flush and listening to On the Wing podcast.
There you go.
Everywhere I went, learned maponics. Just every part of it, didn't have anybody but you guys. You've made my whole season.
Oh, that's awesome.
You made our night. You made,
Yeah.
you made our
Absolutely.
Pheasant Fest.
Anyways,
phenomenal.
so thank you.
Thank you. One question for you. One more question. Hold on a second.
Okay.
What was your favorite part once you started hunting? What was the favorite part for you to be out there in the field?
Actually, I'm a hiker for the last 5 years, and I would say that when I was hiking, I would go 12 to 15 miles a day with my girlfriends, and we stayed on the trail. Now I have learned to get off the trail. If I'm on the trail, I'm in the wrong place. And so I wander and I look, and I've learned about habitat, and I've researched and everything else. So getting off a trail and not trying to get just to the top to see the elevation I got and to the miles I gained, but to actually just wander and slow down and follow the dog.
What kind of
Yeah.
birds have you hunted so far this year?
I've hunted chucker.
Did you? Nice.
Yep. I actually, because I thought I'd use my hiking legs to hunt some chucker. It was a little
Absolutely.
scary. I mean, actually, the fighter pilots came in underneath me, and that kind of freaked me out.
That's
I was holding on to the earth a little bit, going, "Holy crap! I've never seen the top of these wings." Yeah. But I like quail,
yeah.
and I
I got a pretty serious quail addiction.
yeah, I've got it. I mean, I just that whole thing, and as a beginner hunter, I can't hit crap.
Neither can Scott. So
But
you
the
guys,
whole-
Wait. I
have a lot
thought
in
you were the
common.
one that couldn't hit
Yeah,
crap.
yeah.
Where's Tim?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, actually, you are the one that can't hit.
So Scott has been slipping 20s in
No.
pockets. I've had
No,
multiple
no.
people say Scott's been slipping 20s.
I wouldn't
so
do
they
that,
can roast
Jeff.
me.
So
Yes.
that's my favorite. I think I really actually do like the quail. I mean, the chucker makes me look good because nobody can hit him going on
Sure.
that descending, except for
Yes.
that man right there,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Thank
Both
you,
of them,
Jamie.
actually,
That's
Yes.
phenomenal.
That's awesome.
Thank
Congratulations.
you for telling us
Oh,
your
I want to
story.
give you this. This is an Onyx Hunt Elite membership. It's going to help your hunting career moving forward.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for being here tonight. Well done. Well done. A quick reminder that the Flush Podcast, now in its second year, is brought to you by Onyx Hunt, Chief Upland, by Nutrisource Pet Foods, and who else am I missing, Scott?
Just
Well,
the
you're
people that
missing
are
our
here.
friends over here, the
Waltons. That's right. The Walton family is sitting over
I'm
there.
just gonna say, if you were gonna forget somebody,
Yeah.
the people that are here, maybe not so
I'm
good
not.
for
I'm
you.
not on a full day's rest.
In months, literally.
No,
yeah.
I know.
You slept the whole way here.
I tried to sleep. So Scott and I rode all the way down here, and he's like, "Hey, go ahead, take a nap." And I'm like, "Okay,
You're
I'm gonna."
hanging
I'm gonna.
on for dear
and then,
life the whole
And then
time.
I rest my eyes for. No, he's the good driver. It's one of our other coworkers, Rob, who we don't want to ride
right,
with.
yeah, don't ride
But
with
then
Rob.
then he's like, "Hey," so and then he starts talking like 30 seconds later.
Travis, I was bored stilly.
So don't say
You
go
were
ahead and take a
asleep for
nap
4
if you don't
hours.
really mean it.
Oh, my gosh.
There's a lot of familiar faces in this room tonight, and I thank each one of you guys for coming out here. A lot of faces that I haven't met, but it's just so much fun to to meet each one of you. And I always ask, what do you like about the show? What could we do better? So I've gotten a lot of feedback today, but I've also gotten a lot of stories. So we'll get to some of the feedback, but you told your story. What's your favorite moment so far? Because we're only like 6 hours into Pheasant Fest. It's a 3-day event.
No, I'm like 48 hours.
You've been here since.
I've been here since Wednesday.
That's true.
But no, seriously, and I'm not even joking. This is my favorite moment of Pheasant Fest so far. This is awesome. We had a legitimate conversation, me and Scott, earlier when Travis was off gallivanting, being a celebrity, and me and Scott were like, God, I wonder if anybody's going to show up tonight. And then we walked in here and we're like, holy crap, people actually showed up. What the hell's going on here?
People
they actually wanted to hear what we have to say.
That blows my mind every single time I find out that anybody watches or listens. It's just it's humbling beyond anything I can explain.
Not me. I have a lot of good stuff to say.
Oh, so go for it, Scott.
Well, it's your show, Travis. I'll wait.
No,
I'll jump
I
in.
insist.
Well, I think we want to ask for some questions.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. So if you want to ask a question from all of us or any of us, microphone's right there, and we have different prizes to hand out. So please don't be shy. Come on up at any point.
If you have any questions about hair products, direct them towards me. These guys don't know a thing. They don't have any, so.
Well, I don't know if this is PG or not, but somebody slipped this in my pocket.
Oh, no.
Question for Tyler.
Oh, my gosh. This can't be good.
You want to read it?
Sure. We'll see. Okay. This is actually an easy one. What is my favorite brand of toilet paper and why? And boy, do I have some things to say about this. Like, we're talking 3-ply minimum, all right? And some sort of a baby wipe, ideally. So, Charmin Extra Soft, we'll go with that. There we go.
Yeah.
Okay, there's got to be.
This is actually, see, somebody actually knew what my specialty was. And they asked a directed question. I love this. This is great. By the way, I'm sure that this guy probably had this question written just loaded.
No, somebody handed it to me. See, there's a hand right there. Yes, exactly.
We don't ever want to pay attention to what Dave has to ask. So
There's a gentleman sitting right there in a maroon sweatshirt.
That guy.
Yep, you're nodding. Would you mind coming up here? Because I asked you what the favorite story so far that you heard at Pheasant Fest was, and this fellow right here came over and he goes, I've got a story that I have to tell you. He's making his way up.
We didn't let him tell the story at the booth earlier because we wanted to.
I didn't know. He told me, but then I said, don't tell these guys. I want them to know. Sir, what's your name?
My name's Ryan Stockton. I'm 37 from Southwest Missouri. Nice to meet you.
Very nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well. All right, sir. Would you go ahead and tell us this story and, well, maybe why you were so excited to come up and tell me it?
Okay. Well, this is the only reason I came up to Pheasant Fest.
You drove. Okay.
So everybody's, I'm sure, has heard the story of Travis's dog, Daisy, getting stolen out of his front yard.
Yes.
So I come up to Travis today and I said, hey, I heard your story, and I got to tell you, I am on the other side of that story. So my wife over there, her and I were hunting in western Kansas, southwestern Kansas, over New Year's. And we're driving down the highway, and this dog is running down the middle of the road. And mind you, if you've never been to southwestern Kansas, there's nothing. Like, there's nothing. So for miles and miles, there's not a house to be seen. And we've already been hunting for a couple days and hadn't seen any other hunters. And so it was odd for us to see this dog. So immediately, I stop, and I try to get the dog to come to me, and he's, no, which I don't blame him looking at me. I don't blame anybody. So I pull up, my wife gets out, she coaxes him towards her, and she's able to catch him. So we're sitting there, it's like, what the hell are we going to do with this dog? So there's not a house to be seen. All that we can see from where we're at is irrigation pivots and a shelter belt, and that's it. There's nothing. So we load him up, we drive back into town, 30 minutes back into town to the vet clinic which, mind you, this is New Year's Eve. It closes at noon. So we scan for a chip. Of course, there's no chip. There's no name on the collar. There's nothing. So they won't board the dog because they don't know the history of the dog's vaccines. So they tell us, we'll take it down to the pound, which is at the police station. It's okay. So we go down there. Nobody's there. So there's a bad cold front coming in that's supposed to be there that night. I'm not going to leave this dog out to the elements.
Right.
I'm not going to just dump the dog in the road. But we're for damn sure not going to take it home with us. We're 7 hours from home.
What kind of a dog?
Well, come to find out, it's a French Brittany. Beautiful dog. Absolutely beautiful dog. And so it clearly belongs to somebody. So we're sitting there. We're trying to figure out what the hell we're going to do with this dog. So we drive back out to where we came. I took a picture of it. I texted it to the guy that we're hunting on. He's never seen the dog before. He doesn't know anybody. He doesn't even have a clue who it could be, who it could belong to. So we had almost resigned ourselves to the fact that we might just have to take this dog home.
Right.
You know, as much as we don't want to do that, that's what's probably going to happen. So we get out to where we picked the dog up, and like I said, there's not a house to be seen. And the key word is to be seen. So we happened to kind of go around a little bit further past, and I just happened to look down this 2-track road, and I'll be damned if there's not a mailbox right there. And mind you, where this mailbox is approximately 70 yards from where we picked the dog up from the middle of the highway. And I look at that mailbox, and then I look at my wife, who's madder than a wet hen because we've just burned 3 hours of one of the last 2 days we're going to be hunting. And I look at my wife, and she looks at me, and she's like, you got to be kidding me. And so we pull down there, and lo and behold, there's 3 houses behind this shelter belt that you can't see from where we were at. So we pull in, and there's a lady there, and we ask her if she owns a bird dog. And she says, well, I don't, but our hired hand does, and he lives just right over here. So we pull up there, and this guy walks out. He goes, yep, that's my kid's dog. And I'm like, well, we just spent 3 hours trying to figure out who the hell owns this dog. And I kid you not, we were less than 50 yards away, and that poor dog was even trying to run towards the house that we couldn't see. And he kept kind of turning, and my wife's down on hands and knees saying, come here, come on, it's okay, it's okay. And that dog's, I'm just trying
Not
to get
another
home.
soul as far as you can see in any direction.
There's, mind you, it is nothing but that shelter belt and 15 miles of nothingness, And I'll be damned if it wasn't 50 yards away.
So here's the real question. When you brought that dog back home after you kidnapped it, did you ask for permission? Because that's actually ransom at that point.
So
and we need to be talking.
You're absolutely right. However, I was pretty frustrated.
I bet.
I informed the guy that he needs to chip his dog, and he needs to put his name and phone number on the collar, and I wouldn't have
Or
wasted
you could
3
just
hours.
not steal his dog.
Or I could not steal his dog. And that's what I told Travis. I said, I can kind of somewhat sympathize with the guy because I saw this dog, and like I said, there's nothing. There's absolutely nothing. Cold weather coming in.
Sure.
I would have felt terrible to leave that dog out there.
Sure.
Your heart was in the right place.
My heart was in the right place,
Yes.
but my mind was completely out in left field. So yeah, so
Well,
that's how that story went. Yeah,
I
it's
love
awesome.
that you got that dog back, obviously.
I did, yeah.
I think, that's why I still, whenever somebody brings it up, I still shake my head. I'm like, it's not like my dog was running down the street or just
Right.
running wild. She was sitting
Right.
in my yard, and I'm in a neighborhood. I mean, there's only, Scott,
Yeah, well,
50 feet
Yeah.
between my house and the
if
next
you took it
one.
out of the front yard, it's just like it's in your yard. There's
Well,
no
and that's-
question whose
and
yard
that's what
that
I told
is.
Travis. I said, well, I didn't steal him out of the front yard. I
Yeah,
mean, he was
yes,
at least 50 yards
exactly.
away. Now,
Yes.
I did have a dog stolen, though.
What?
I had a dog. I had my number one first bird dog I've ever owned in my life. He got stolen from me. He just disappeared. I
Whoa.
hit all my neighbors looking for him. Nobody claimed to see him. And he showed back up to my house almost 2 months later. He was fatter than he was when he went missing, and somebody had bathed him.
The likelihood of somebody keeping your bird dog is directly adjacent to how good that bird dog is. So I'm just saying, like 2 months might be the right amount of time.
Where I'm at, Southwest Missouri, there's no birds. However, there's lots of coons, and he's a Vizsla. And he looks a lot like a red-bone coon
Sure.
hound.
They thought they got
and
a coon
somebody's going to be super pissed whenever those dogs go pointing coons.
This thing will not bark at a coon.
Yeah, right? So anyway, so that's my story. So Travis, thank you.
But also your dog got a bath out of the deal too.
He
So,
did, yeah.
So
Oh,
it's,
yeah.
It's kind of a win, and
And if it
free
was the-
food for 2
I was
months.
going to say, if it's the off season, you just saved like $120.
Absolutely.
Thank you for sharing the story. For all of your troubles that you went through to get that dog back, you now have an Onyx membership. Why don't you take one of these buffs with you too?
Those
Scott,
things are
what else we
awesome,
got? How
by the
many?
way.
Yeah. How many do we have to give away?
Those things are awesome. Those things
Anna
will
has
keep
a question.
cattails out of your nose when you're hunting pheasants, guaranteed.
Yeah.
Yeah, very handy.
Any good stories from this hunting season that anybody wants to
Anna
share?
has a question.
Oh, we got a question?
So we have a question from a Facebook follower.
Okay.
His name's Chad Chase. What is each of yours favorite memory of this past season of your bird dog?
Ooh, that's a good one.
That's easy for me.
Go ahead, Scott.
Well, I have Millie's this season was her first, and she was 7 months old when she had her first hunt, and so it's her first bird. That's always a favorite memory with any bird dog, I think, is when whether it's 7 months, 1 year, 2 years, and they get their first bird. So that was my first. She had her first bird, and I think it was the third week in October, and that's my favorite memory by far. And then second was hearing how badly Travis missed on his Iowa pheasant hunt with the flush, and we filmed it all, and it's all going to be on TV. That's my second one.
The camera can do amazing things, and I am in charge of the editor.
I was going to say, there's a reason why he's editing this
Yes.
stuff, too.
Actually,
I hit
that one
every-
I'm
every
taking
time a
editorial control over, Travis.
Every time a bird goes down, and then all of a sudden it cuts to me.
I was going to say, I got it.
That's why you were doing all those cutaways while we were in Arizona.
For sure.
All those
absolutely.
birds I killed.
I feel like you carried day one.
I did.
I carried day two.
You got more gambles than I did, but you did not do well on scale quail that morning.
It's not how you start, it's how you finish.
Fair.
And then I would say
Says
together,
somebody who started really poorly.
we ended in just spectacular fashion, my man.
That day would be my favorite memory of the year. The last day that we filmed down there, that you guys are going to get to see probably August sometime next year, September maybe.
Probably September.
I was actually a little bit nervous going into the day because the weather was not ideal. It was going to be warm. The setting conditions were not going to be great, and I have kind of a rule that if I get out of the truck and I find birds within like 100 yards, turn around, go back to the truck, because it does not get better the farther you walk. It never happens, right? And so we parked the truck and we walked down into this canyon, and we no sooner get to the bottom. My buddy Bruce, who's going to be in tomorrow, who's got Daisy's full sister, his dog's on point up on top of a ridge, and here comes a covey of Mearns quail flying at us and lands around us.
I didn't even move. I just said, there's two of them there.
Travis has got
and there's one right here.
Travis
I was
has
on
got
point.
a fantastic point.
I was
he's
on-
like, right there.
Yeah, and I know,
right
and then Tyler's
there.
like right here, and I go, no, take another step, and then.
And the greatest thing
Be
was
ready,
is that,
yes.
and not only was he a good pointer, but he was steady to flush. Because
didn't-
I shot both those birds. He never even pulled his gun up.
This is true.
It was great. But so we're literally, if we were just a little bit higher on the hillside, we could have seen the pickup. And that was the start of one of the most epic days of Mearns quail hunting I've ever had. I think we hunted for
gosh.
about 3.5 hours. And we moved
Maybe something like that.
we moved 7 coveys, and I think we shot a dozen birds.
Yeah.
And the part about the bird dog, though, is that we hunted with my short hair Bo, and that dog has turned a corner this year. I mean, he was a good dog last year, and you've hunted with him before, 2 years ago even. He was a good
That's
dog.
why I wanted to bring Daisy home.
Yeah.
Because I just saw the potential in that dog. I mean, it's just like,
It's unbelievable.
it's unbelievable. I mean, it's what you dream about
And-
if you're going out in an open prairie and you're going on a walk, and
Yep.
this dog just knows exactly what it's supposed to do.
And all 3 of my dogs are fantastic. I can't pick one that's better than the other, but this particular day, Bo had a good day. And me and Travis literally walked around with our guns over our shoulders and waited for the GPS to go off. And the dog would be like, point,
We called
126
it a
yards
tip
away.
up.
Yeah,
we called
the
it a tip up. So
Yep.
the tail, it would just kind of be
just go
doing this, and then all of a sudden the tail
just
would
like
just
that.
go whoop, and then he didn't move.
Yep.
And within 5 feet of that dog's snout was anywhere from like 6 to 12
15, yeah, maybe.
quail, and
Yeah.
they would explode and go in any direction.
Yeah.
And if you've never done it, which Tyler, you and I, let's see, there's a husband and soon-to-be husband and
They're
wife.
right back there. I can see the boss hat.
Yes,
right
there goes a hand.
Yep.
Would you two like to come up, and we can all just celebrate what you guys are about to do?
Yeah. Get on up here. We're all friends here.
Yes. The Onyx Hunt app is one of the most valuable hunting tools that I take into the field every day. I've been talking about the Onyx Hunt app since we started producing this show, and that's simply because I use it on every single hunt. Their app tells me everything that I need to know about the lands that I want to hunt and the lands that I can legally hunt on. The Onyx Hunt app shows your location on planet Earth and clearly lays out the land boundaries. It also tells you information about the type of property you're on, like state land, federal lands, walk-in access properties, etc. The app also has new features this year that show you the kind of crops that are in fields, which obviously is a big deal for us upland bird hunters. If you hunt grouse in the North Woods, there's a timber cut layer to help you find ideal habitat. If you're planning to hunt North Dakota this year, then there's a very important layer that has been added to the app that lets you know if a property has been posted electronically. These are just a few of the tools Onyx Maps give us. And these maps can even be used in areas without cell coverage. From the palm of your hand, Onyx Maps always help you to know where you stand. If you're a hunter, chef, meat processor, or just a human like me that makes their own food, then you likely would be interested in the products that are sold at Walton's. There are a few places that you can buy products to process and prepare your meat. There are not a lot of places that you can buy those products and learn how to use them from experts. Walton's is that place. They have everything, and I mean everything, for your cooking and wild game processing needs. Plus, they have experts on staff to help you learn how to use those products to get the best results. John Tremblay hosts their Meatgistics podcast, live stream, and chats, which are interactive learning tools for the meat processing community. If you have questions, John and his team have the answers. From sausage making to smoking, recipes to seasonings, and so much more. Walton's products ship the same day you order. They have over 5,000 items in stock, from grinders, mixers, stuffers, slicers, smokers, vacuum sealers, and anything else you can imagine. Order the same seasonings and supplies that professionals use from the best name in the wild game processing industry. Walton's. They have everything but the meat. So about, maybe a month ago, I got an email, a message. You want to grab that microphone right there and hand it to your fiance? I got an email saying, I'm getting married and I'm going to go on a bird hunt with my wife on our honeymoon. Where would you go? And so I suggested a couple of where I thought have been my favorite places. And then today, you come up and you're like, hey, I'm going on a honeymoon. And I go, wait a minute, are you? And he goes, yes. So name and where you guys live, and when you're getting married.
I'm Trevor Geiger,
Carissa Mudgett.
and we're from Medford, Wisconsin. And we're going to get married in 2023 of September.
Congratulations.
How awesome is it that your honeymoon is going to be going on a bird hunt?
Yeah, you did well. I don't know how you planned that.
I was
but
just
We
saying,
did
good
get
job.
engaged in South Dakota.
way
on a
outkicked
bird
your
hunt,
coverage
so-
on that one.
Yeah. I was talking to him earlier, and he's like, when we got together, we each had a short hair. I was like, boy, I mean, like that's pretty decent. I mean, like,
Is that even something on the dating apps now? Have short hair, match
Yeah,
my dog.
yeah.
You know?
I don't think you'll find
feel
that on
like
Tinder.
It should be.
I think that we could
I
create
know.
that's $1
Yeah.
million idea right there.
Binder. No, that's not it. No.
There's other
beer.
ones. There's other ones, but we're not going to get into that because I got a lot going on in my head right now. None of them are appropriate.
I was just thinking to myself what we could call this site, but let's just stick with that.
So where did you decide to go? Have you decided
Yeah.
where to go on your honeymoon?
Well, we're kind of convinced on Idaho or Arizona
Yeah.
after today.
So you spend about an hour talking between Tyler and I think your wife is settled on Arizona, but I have you kind of convinced that Idaho is one of the most beautiful places that you can watch a dog hunt too.
The Mern's quail looked pretty good though.
Yeah, I showed him a video.
He showed us a flush.
That was that sold the deal.
Yeah.
And if anybody from the Arizona Department of Tourism is here right now, just send the checks.
Round of applause for this couple that's about to get married.
Congratulations, guys.
When you guys go down there, you're going to want to have an Onyx map showing you where to go, and you're going to want to put
a
that
couple
on.
of hats.
Yeah, you're going to want to make sure that you don't have dust.
Grab a hat. Grab it.
in your face.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And another
Congrats,
one.
guys.
Yeah, there you go. Don't be shy.
So, sitting right in front of us here, the Schwind family, Darwin. I've been fortunate to hunt with you as well. And so the viewer asked, what is your favorite moment? And I think, like, I'm just racking my brain here real quickly, trying to think of what my favorite moment this year. But
Was it just not losing your dog?
Was
that the best
never
part of the
lost my
season?
dog. That was amazing. She's just maturing every single day. Hunter, the first day that we spent in North Dakota this year, do you remember that evening? You can come up if you want. You don't have to, but yeah, you better come up.
I was going to say, you made everybody else come up. How's he going to pass?
So we've walked pretty much all day, and the grass was probably, knee high for me, so like ankle high for everybody else. So you could just watch the dogs perfectly out in the field.
Sure.
And all of our dogs, Mike's right behind you there, all of our dogs were just right in front. Hunter, were they in front of you on this one when they just... Okay, so your brother Noah, and we're just watching. All the dogs wanted to be in the exact same spot. And so they're kind of on this side hill, and it wasn't quite the golden hour because it was cloudy, so we didn't have that golden light. But if it would have been, it would have just been the most beautiful thing you've ever seen. So we've got Daisy, and then your dogs, and then
Jordan's dog probably. So we had.
Put that. There you go.
Mona, Veda, Bell.
How many dogs did you guys have on the ground at once?
We had
that sounds
6
awesome.
or 7 dogs.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
yeah. So then we had Renee Tamala. She was
dog,
with you, and
Quill.
Quill. But who else? Did we have another one? But anyway, it was our dogs, and we had kind of split up, but we were together. And there was this moment. Anyway, I'm just going to get to it. It went all the dogs, and you could tell they were birdie, and they were working, and all of a sudden, boom, one hits. Boom, the next one hits, and boom, boom, boom. And they all just froze in like 5 feet behind each other. 5 dogs on the most beautiful point on the side hill in the short grass, and not a bird moved. And I was just like, holy crap. It was just exactly what you dream about happening. And then the birds started erupting right in front of them when we got there.
Right.
There was not a rooster.
They're all hens.
That's how it always works.
But just the way that they all were just like, and not a bird or not a dog.
Yeah, you know they're working the entire field, and then all of a sudden they start locking up one by one by one by one.
That's awesome.
And,
It doesn't. It never happens that way for me. Every time I hunt with a bunch of dogs, it just turns into a circus. It's like the first time that first dog goes on point, it's like, all right, we got about 30 seconds before all this goes to crap.
Yeah, yeah, totally, and that's pretty normal too. I think most of us would agree. But for all those dogs to at the same time, just like they all did their job, and it was just such a beautiful thing. And I remember we were talking. Like, I don't care if I see.
Yeah, we were
else.
on the right side of the field talking to each other.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't think people understand the difficulty that goes into the flush show. Like, you have a camera crew walking behind you. There's with us, it's like a circus. There's 7 dogs and 5 hunters, and you're all pushing and hoping that the batteries are staying on, and it's a wild bird. It's not going to sit still for the show.
Yeah.
So if it doesn't get caught by the camera, it didn't happen. So those are really hard things that the viewers don't really understand. That's really, really, really hard. And you guys do a really excellent job.
I don't want to keep on pumping these guys up, but I'll tell you that's what makes this the best hunting show on TV. It's all wild birds, and I've been lucky enough to hunt with these guys a couple times now. There's no pen raised birds out there to try to make a TV show. So it's such a gamble. It's a coin flip every time they go out there, and they do a heck of a job.
Well,
right.
Well, thank you.
I would give the credit to our photographers.
I would
Scott.
too. Yeah. And our editors too, which are usually one and the same.
Yeah, exactly. A lot of times the same guys out in the field that are carrying a camera and all that equipment on their backs.
Those poor camera guys, I swear to God, if the one that we had, Jason was with us, right?
Yeah.
He put a stick almost through his eyelid the last day we were filming. He was trying to film us, and he's walking, and he got caught with a stick on a tree. The one guy that we had filming the first time when we did that show with Craig, he fell in a badger hole trying to run up ahead of us and trying to get a shot. Yes. I mean, these poor guys, they're out there, and we're just hunting. I mean, it's easy for us. Yeah. That poor camera guy is trying to actually make something out of, this right here.
I know.
And it's hard.
What are you talking about? That's eye candy. Come
on.
I
was talking about Travis. I mean, you're the eye candy. We all know that, Scott.
Hunter, what was your favorite moment from that hunt?
I mean, there were a lot of them, but it was the most nerve-wracking was when Renee's dog went on point. I don't know if you remember that.
I will never forget.
It was a rooster sitting down there, and we're talking that
we just assumed hen because this dog was not. This is a puppy,
right? And it's locked up, and then everyone just starts talking, right? So it's a wild bird. We're talking, and it's like, hey, this dog's on point. Like, we need to get the camera in the right direction. And we don't know what it is, really. And Travis is kind of like peeking his head over the grass and like looking down. They can see that it's a rooster.
Knee-high grass for you guys.
So we know it's a rooster.
Yeah, the camera guy bring over the stool.
The camera guy's on point. And then the bird flushes, and if I miss this shot, I know what's coming on the flush in September. Like
it's the lead clip,
like a no bird and like whiff. Those
are the moments that, and it's a character flaw in myself, but when I see that happen, I am actively rooting against my friends because I'm like, if you whiff this shot, it's going to be so much fun for me for the next 3 years.
It's immortal if you miss.
Oh, right?
It lives forever.
Absolutely.
It lives forever. That's why I believe Jamie, who claims I'm the worst shot on the show.
Tim has
some
stories
too. Well, that's Tim too. Tim's story. Tim, you want to come up and tell everybody how great of a shot I am?
Tim's convinced your gun barrel's crooked.
Well, he'll tell you what happened out there, but Jamie says that I'm the worst shot. But I think it's because I put myself in position to take so many opportunities, Scott.
Well, it's hard to see over the weeds, too.
And I'm also a conservationist.
He practices catch and release bird hunting a lot.
I remember seeing when I did get on the stool,
you could actually see a pheasant.
Yeah, I could see it was a rooster, and I could see the tail sticking out. The pheasant thought it was hiding in the grass in the clump, but it turns out that its tail gave it away. And then she just goes, "It's a hen, right?" And I go, "No, it's a rooster." And then she's like, "Well, why is it still there?" I go, I don't. This is what all of a sudden we went from hunt mode to talking.
We're like talking about it. Maybe it's injured, so he's like, okay.
Maybe it's injured. And she goes, "Why don't you pick it up?" And I go, "Why don't you pick it up?"
And he's like, I'm going to look like an idiot on film. Fine, I'll try and go for it.
And then I said, "Fine, Eric, are you rolling?" And he's like, "Yeah, I've been rolling the whole time." And I'm like, "All right, I'll see if I can pick it up." So I go in to grab this rooster, and then
it just bursts, just like a rooster does, blasts out of the grass.
So that happened to you in Arizona too, where you actually seen the birds on the ground in front of Bo. You've seen it that doesn't happen often, and to have it happen twice in 1 year, that's crazy.
I caught
a rooster
in Nebraska.
Did you really?
Yes, with my bare hands. We actually took it back and cleaned it to try to figure out what in the world is wrong with this pheasant. That it was the same thing. Dog goes on point, and I walk up to flush it, and I see the tail sticking out of the grass. It's hiding in the clump, but those long tails can give him away if you look close. And I'm like, "No, seriously, guys, it's right here." And I kind of nudged it. It didn't move, and I nudged again, and it kind of hid in a little bit further. I'm like, "It's alive." And they're like, "Well, what are you gonna do?" And I said, "I'm gonna grab it. Are you rolling?" and I jumped in there and just kind of pounced like a fox would pounce on a mouse,
Sure.
And boom, here I come with a pheasant. And
excellent.
Yeah, but there was a little gangrene on its wing, and it wasn't a gunshot. I think it was maybe
predator
attacked by something,
bird or something. Yeah,
something like
hawk
that.
Or something.
Yeah, but just on that one spot, and it just did not want to move. I've also seen it before. When we get that first snow, how dumb they
I was
can
just
get.
gonna say. I talk more crap about pheasant hunting than anybody on the planet for somebody who likes to hunt pheasants. But that first snow of the year is special.
Yeah.
And you'll see the setting conditions obviously really good. It's kind of cold. There's moisture. The birds are a little bit wet. They smell. And you'll see and that's the time where those roosters, they're like, nope.
Bury.
They're underneath there. And I've kicked in cattails before, and same thing. Like you're kicking, you're like, what's wrong with this dog? Like, what are you
There's
smelling?
nothing here.
Every time I start kicking around in cattails, my mind's like skunk. Right? Like, I mean, this is going to turn out bad.
I want to
every
be there
time.
one of those days when it is.
Well, one of my buddies, his dog.
And this is like you said, where you're kind of rooting against your friend.
100%.
100%.
Yeah.
I want that to be a skunk for you.
But you'll see it, and you'll be kicking, and then all of a sudden you'll kick something soft, and you're like,
Porcupine.
skunk, raccoon, porcupine. Like the chances of it actually being a pheasant are so small, and then that thing takes off, and you're like, yes, okay. Good
And then
dog.
you miss.
No, I never miss. I don't do that.
Have either of you ever been sprayed by a skunk?
No.
Nope.
Dog's been sprayed.
Yep.
How many times have you been sprayed?
I
do have a
quick
good,
like a mongoose.
I do have a good.
I have almost stepped on a skunk
By the third
before.
time, you'd think you'd know.
Just like that rattler you saved me
Yeah,
from?
yeah.
Almost the skunk. Same exact thing.
You know, in hindsight, I was thinking about that after you almost got bit by that rattlesnake. If I would have let you get bit, I probably could have taken your job.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, like
that'd have been good.
I mean, I don't know that I really want it that bad, but at the same time, it's like I could have pushed you towards it.
One of your worst moves of all time.
I've never seen you move that fast and push a camera guy in front of a snake like
The
that. That
tape
was
shows,
not good.
No, the tape shows that I helped him stay clear.
I have never seen.
I've reviewed the footage.
So there was a guy at the NFL Combine the other day who ran a 4:21.40. Travis smoked that going down a hill. I'm just saying.
True story.
Like his feet were only touching the ground every third step.
I actually jumped from on top of the grass. Like I didn't even actually touch
Over the camera
solid
guy,
ground.
yeah.
So let's push the blinded cameraman with the stick in the eye in front
He
of the
just
snake.
took the stick in the
right,
eye.
that away, Travis.
Yep. And
Now you know why
nobody
no
was-
one wants to film with Travis.
So
It's true.
So when we ran into birds right away, if that would have been how our day started, where the camera guy gets a stick in the eye and Travis almost gets bit by a rattler, it's a different TV show. I'm telling you right
100%.
now. Like,
Fortunately, the order of which everything happened, and that was the last clip of 3 days in Arizona.
Yeah.
The last clip was, ah! And everybody runs,
Yeah.
well, me, towards the camera,
Yeah.
and then pushed him, and then it shakes a little bit, and then it cuts out.
yeah.
So that was it. That was the
Basically,
last
yeah.
clip from our filming season. So it's going to be a great season, Scott.
Yeah.
Good
Yeah.
season.
Yeah.
So that's also a good thing for you because I would have been on the clock, and then you had to deal with rattlesnake stuff. And
That's
I
true.
think that there's a clause in your
Work comp.
contract.
I didn't
that-
sign it.
Oh, excellent. Okay,
I didn't
good.
sign it.
Well, you're
I
the
was-
new new HR department, Tyler. So you better get on.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
I think that that's a good job for me, and I'm telling you that I'll just take 10% of the lawsuits as compensation. I don't need to get paid. I mean, because the HR department's going to be busy.
He's gonna be very well. You filmed with Travis. You
I know. Yeah.
Would you like to add anything, Hunter?
Well, I think it's a piece of Travis Frank folklore, and I think we need to settle it right now so I know for sure.
Okay.
So I've told the story that you've never hunted the same property twice. Is that correct, or is that incorrect when I'm telling that story?
No, I've hunted the same place before.
Okay.
Yep. But I will say, though, that when I talk about going out on hunts, I try to go to different places every time. So if I have the opportunity, I will go somewhere that I've never been because just like with the TV show, I always want to go somewhere new and experience something. Even if it's awesome, it's like that's its own awesome adventure, and I want to leave it at that. I want to go find the next thing because for me, having, getting the bird in hand is like the climax of the adventure, and it's not that I'm going there because I want to just necessarily get more and more and more. I like to take other people out hunting, and if I know an area that's a good place to go, then I take them back to some of those places. But I try, if I'm going on my own, and I do this when I'm fishing too, but if I go fishing without taking somebody else, I never go where I already know that everything is or the fish are. I'm always trying to learn something new, and that's why I enjoy figuring it out.
Yeah.
To me, that's the whole thing. The bird in hand is like you figured it out, and now I did it again. And sure, I can drop a bunch of pins on the map, but
So now I have to retract all my
always go back
statements
to
that I've told everybody, and I have to
say it's like
editor's note.
say it's like 95% true.
Okay, 95% true that you haven't hunted the same properties over again.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, for the most part.
Okay.
I would say that's accurate.
Editor's
for sure.
note. Okay.
Yeah.
Official.
Sorry if I misled you.
No, you didn't mislead me. I think I just embellished a little bit. It's a creative writing.
Well, one of my favorite and best historic sharp-tail spots of all time, I haven't hunted it in 4 years. Like, I know that I can go there any day of the season and go and find birds.
Is that where you, me, and Craig went?
Yeah.
Really? You haven't been back since that day?
I have not been back there since that day. I know that we can go there and find birds, but I know that I can also go 2 miles down the road or 4 miles away, and I can find the exact same kind of property and go out there and kind of try to figure those birds out as well.
That was a special day because obviously, if you've watched the show with Tyler's friend Craig Jones, that was the last season for him to hunt.
Yep.
He had cancer, and it was terminal, and he knew it, and so it was kind of him going on his last hunt through the prairie. And you know, it was just one of those days where, again, if I never go back to that spot, I mean, I understand why you wouldn't as well. But it was a special place. We walked for a couple of miles, and there were birds.
Oh,
and it was just one of those things where, Scott, you've been in these kind of moments too, where it's just there's a sentimental value to being in a certain spot.
Well, and when we were filming that show, you were talking about trying to do all the different species in North Dakota, the huns, the pheasants, and the sharptails. Well, you were up there mid-October, and I was like, the huns and the pheasants we'll get. Sharptails, we'll see. Like, you know, I mean, you can spend a whole day chasing sharptails in mid-October in North Dakota and maybe not get a shot. I mean, they can be a little bit jumpy and they can be busting wild, and if you don't have the right weather, it's not going to work. And then we start looking at the weather forecast, and it's like, man, the last day that we're going to be filming is going to be like 65 and sunny. It's like, oh, it's good. And we went out there, and God, we must have seen a couple hundred birds that day. We've seen a pile of sharptails.
Now you're embellishing a little bit.
Well, I do remember that me and Craig were done fast. And then we walked around for the next, 3 hours trying to help you get your
Editor's
last two
cut.
birds.
Brandon, cut this part of it out.
No,
Brandon, cut this part of the show.
there is the consistent of the story here. There seems to be a theme.
I'm
Tyler.
average at best at shooting.
Yes.
Well, I
and
mean,
height.
think about it. You're hunting a new property every single time you're hunting.
Here's
so,
what I do.
mean,
Here's what I do.
And he
when
uses
we're
a
out
new
there,
gun. Every hunt he goes on, he uses a new gun.
I never use the
That's
same
not
gun.
true, but
I
that-
never use the same shell twice, Hunter. I never shoot the same gun twice. I usually throw them in the ditch when I'm done.
Yeah.
It's like 6'4". I know.
I watched him hurl a Benelli across the desert of Arizona like a javelin. It stuck right on the border fence, and it's still there.
It's still there to this day. Legend has it, it's still there to this day.
You've seen Bo Jackson break a bat over his knee. Travis does that with
That's what I do
shotguns.
if I miss. Oh my gosh, you guys are brutal. I don't know why I come down here. Hunter,
No, it's great.
did we get to hunt together again?
I think we're going to, right?
I'm looking forward to the next one.
I mean, if Scott lets you go to Maine too, that invites out there.
Yeah.
It's hanging out.
I just want to know why your family's such a glutton for punishment, Hunter. Isn't once enough with Travis?
I haven't learned the lesson either, so
Yeah.
that's all right.
You know, we need another brother to pick on. It's like right now it's odds.
There you
go. We need to even up. So, yeah.
Well, we got to walk some of, I mean, to this day, I still think those are some of the most pheasant-rich fields in South Dakota 2 years ago.
Yeah.
You know, and you became friends with Darwin, and Darwin's sitting over here right now, and you know, that's kind of the beauty of this, you know, room that we're sitting in, and all of us that have the same passion. But once you walk a field with somebody, you kind of connect, and you know, you guys have stayed in touch, and you went back and hunted again this year. And Darwin, actually, I wouldn't mind asking you a little bit about this too, because you're very passionate. If you wouldn't mind grabbing the mic for a second. We were just talking a little bit ago about kind of what you, look at these cowboys.
Oh, yeah.
The real upland cowboys just walked in the room. Oh, my goodness. You can get the real story about me getting thrown off the horse from the man, Buck. Buck, in quotes. Thanks, guys. Have a good night. Darwin, your property this year in South Dakota, what are you seeing over there right now? Because obviously a lot of people that head to South Dakota, they want to know what's happening on the ground right now. I've talked about you a couple times over the last 2 months about what you're seeing over there, because we kind of keep in touch. What are you seeing on the ground right now? I mean, we're in, what is it, March?
I believe.
I think it's March. Yeah.
Halfway through or something.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we're into our second pretty open winter. A couple years ago, when we first hunted on your show, Travis, with Hunter and family, you know, we were coming off of very wet conditions.
Ideal, really.
Ideal. We had bird population was huge. We had, and we hunted in what I always say probably some of the most pristine hunting conditions that you could almost find. Last winter was open. Last spring and summer was just dry, and it got hot early. It was tough. But the nice thing about it is, habitat's a wonderful thing. You got habitat, it gives them a fighting chance, and it gave them a fighting chance. We were able to, nesting conditions were not good. It got hot early in June. It was just pretty tough. And we didn't get rain, we didn't get moisture, humidity levels were low, no dew. We got through those conditions, but our hatches were not very good.
Yeah.
And, but the fortunate thing is our hens carried through. I told you earlier, I walked out in the field here a couple weeks ago, and the hen population is strong. So the good thing is the drought did not really knock off the hen population, but it took a toll on the young chicks.
Well, kind of the nice thing that from what I've learned from some of the biologists at Pheasants Forever as well is, even if, like with this open winter, the better the condition those hens come out of the winter in, the bigger the clutches can be. So if we do, knock on wood, get some rain this spring, they're gonna explode.
Absolutely. We lucked out. We got some rain early last fall. I think our moistures are good enough to get grass started, but we need some rain. But if we get the rain, our populations are going to be really good again in our area anyway. So, thank goodness for habitat. It gives them a fighting chance, and that's why we do what we do.
So a big blessing that I think we've talked about a lot this year as it relates to the drought, and a lot of the biologists that I've spoken with too, they say you're going to really see the effects of it if the habitat is sparse and we get hammered on a bad winter.
That's what I've been concerned about for years.
This winter has not been harsh across. I mean, you live in North Dakota, and it's been mild for you for the most part.
Yep.
There's not 17-foot snow drifts up there.
Well, the only 17-foot snow drifts are right alongside my house.
Yeah.
If you look out my kitchen,
my kids would love.
Honest
to
to God,
there.
so I got a dryer vent that's completely covered, and I was like, if I build a snow fort here, I can have heat. I can walk inside. I could turn my dryer on. I could string lights and stuff.
Yeah.
It's gonna be awesome. I haven't done it yet, but I mean, bring your kids. We'll do it.
Yeah.
It'll be fun.
No, it's a great point. A lot of emergency haying last year.
That's what I
But
was
the
gonna say,
nice,
for sure.
beautiful thing about it is, you took 50% of your CRP or whatever, but, there's enough habitat out there, and with our open winter, they're going to be fine. We just need a little grace of God and a little bit of moisture this spring, and I think we can knock it back out of the park going into next fall. So
that's kind of the thing that I've been worried about for a while is if we keep on doing the emergency haying programs. One of these winters, North Dakota, South Dakota is going to remind us that it is North Dakota and South Dakota, and we're going to get a Dakota winter. And if we keep on cutting all that habitat, and up by me in North Dakota, they've been cutting and burning cattail sloughs because they're dry, and CRP and everything else. It's like, man, here's the deal. It's fine as long as we don't get snow, but you have to remember where we live. It's going to come one day.
You're absolutely correct, but, we keep fighting.
Yep, that's it.
Put it forward, put the habitat on the ground, and, wonderful things will happen. So, I'm no quail expert, a lot of that stuff, but I know pheasants, and I know we're going to be okay.
Yeah.
We're going to be okay. We just can't have year two.
Yeah. I was going to ask you as well. So I hunted down there, not this past January, but the January before. And this January. So January of 20 and 21 and January of 22. And it was roughly 30%. Do you think that's pretty close to what it was across the board down there in that part of the country?
Explain 30%.
30% of the year before.
Yeah.
Pretty close.
Yeah. We shot a lot of birds this year.
Sure.
But
still South Dakota.
2 and 3 year old
It's
birds.
all relative.
We did not have very many juveniles, in our bags.
Okay.
So we need a decent hatch. I told Scott and Travis earlier today when we talked, this is the highest hen to ratio or hen to rooster ratio I've seen on my property. Mm-hmm. for 5, 6, 7 years.
Really?
You know, I've got a lot of hens, but we need a hatch because we've shot a lot of mature birds.
Sure.
Question for you outside of your own personal property. You're very active with Pheasants Forever. Why do you volunteer so much of your time for your own local chapter? Why do you do it? You've already got everything you need on your property.
I honestly love the hunting community. I try my best to advocate as much as I can. I love Travis, what I see what you do with your kids. You know, I want to leave a legacy of some sort. You know, I'm just one guy, but I think if I just do my part, you know, I'm hoping another guy catches on. You know, spread that enthusiasm type thing. That's why I'm involved, and that's why I'm here this weekend. You know, meet great people and meet up with friends like the Schwins. You know, I didn't know Hunter and Rob here and their brothers who are back home. 2 years ago gave me an amazing experience through your show and through Pheasants Forever, you know, through the fundraiser. And, you know, I'll go to my grave thankful for these relationships that I've, you know, grown, and the opportunity to spend walking under God's blue skies and chasing, you heard me say it, Travis, I'm going to say it, the most iconic wildland bird there is, you know, in South Dakota. So I know you're going to laugh, but that's all right.
Boo that man. I love him.
They're all beautiful upland, you know, and that's why we do what we do, I think.
Well, and what's good for pheasants is good for everything else too. I mean, like what's good for the bird is good for the herd.
And what did you show me a picture of just a little while ago?
My prairie chickens?
Yes.
Yes.
Are they dancing?
So, they're dead.
They're dead.
They're no longer.
Yes.
They weren't before they died. They were having a great time.
So when I started my habitat, I'm not in grouse country, prairie grouse country.
Sure.
So, you know, we've had a few roosters, but our prairie grouse in our area have just exploded, and I really attribute it to better grassland management by our management practices. Our prairie grouse population has bloomed. You know, we shot our first Sharpie 2 years ago on my property. We shot one. I saw two of them, like I was telling Scott, 3-4 years ago, and I told everyone, no shooting the grouse. They carried over. Now we've got, you know, maybe 40, 50.
That's good.
And so 2 years ago, we got the first one, and Travis, it's on the wall. So now when you come back, we got a new addition to the farm shack. Yes, sir.
That's awesome.
Yes, sir. And then this year we shot our first 2 prairie chickens we ever shot off our property. And the only other thing I will tell you, the other upland species I've shot on my family farm was about 1990. We did have some partridge, and I shot a couple partridge, but I haven't seen them since.
Maybe if you could convince the locals in the area to plant just grains, small grains, you can get some of those partridge to come back.
Yeah.
Love small grains. We need more. But
absolutely.
anyway, thank you guys.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
all you do.
Darwin.
Love your show.
Yeah,
Thank you so much. Let's see, Anna. Looks like you've got maybe some questions. Darwin, I think you might want an Onyx membership. There you go, sir. Evening, guys. Come on in if you want.
So this is from Bernie Fraze on Facebook.
Okay.
What are your thoughts on different chokes and gauges for wild pheasant?
Oh, I'm all over this one.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Tyler's going to say 410.
28 gauge and 410 is all that you need. But
you are.
I am the general of the 28 gauge army. Like that is my.
Yep.
I gave myself the title, and I'm the 4-star general of the 28 gauge army.
Yeah. Well, I think I've shot Scott. I think you shoot the same choke in a 12 gauge. I use an early season Carlson choke tube, and I shoot number 5s out of a 12 gauge. As the season goes on, I switch over to a late season choke tube that they make that fits my Benelli, and number 5s is pretty.
I think you could put a modified choke in a shotgun and throw the rest of them away.
I agree. I use my early season all year long. I never take it out.
Yeah.
Never take it out.
Yeah.
I'll just change the shells that I'm shooting, depending on the season.
Yeah.
But
I found that with all these sub gauge loads coming out, I've just fallen in love with the 16 gauge, Josh.
Same. Yeah.
When we were out there on the Ford Pier, what did you shoot?
Oh boy, that's a nice gun.
Yeah. So, and I had a 16 out there. I've been shooting a 20 gauge and a 16 gauge for most of the season. But I was actually going to ask you guys, if you were stuck with one gun, Scott and Tyler, if you were stuck with just one shotgun for the rest of your life, what would it be and why?
Go ahead.
I'm still thinking.
Okay, it's going to be my side-by-side 28 gauge. Simple. I love that gun. I shoot that gun very well. I shot everything from Mearns quail and bobwhites to sandhill cranes and ducks with it. I mean, just change the load and change the choke, and you're good to go. I love that gun.
I
That's
think
pretty rare answer.
Yeah.
I think you're one of the you're in the minority for that, but you're also one of the most lethal.
I'm
shots.
all right with that. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, if I were to shoot a 12 gauge, it just wouldn't be fair. I mean,
Way to give him a chance.
yeah.
Yeah. Another conservationist move.
I think I would shoot my 20 gauge. My
20.
my Benelli ultralight.
That's a nice
takes
choice.
3-inch shells. It's just a good all-round gun for whatever you're shooting. You can use it in the grouse woods if you want. You can use it out on the prairie for pheasants or any kind of upland bird, and you could duck hunt with it if you want. I really like that gun.
I do want to just mention that, and it doesn't matter if it's 16 gauge, 20 gauge, 28 gauge, 410. With the premium loads that are out there coming out from these ammo manufacturers now, you do not have to shoot 12 gauge at these birds. I get the question all the time. I post a lot of videos on Instagram and stuff, and they're like, man, I didn't think anybody could kill a pheasant in November with a 410. It's like, you can. You just got to hit them. I mean, and go out and shoot sporting clays or trap or skeet during the summertime and become a better shot. But just spend the money and shoot good premium ammunition, and it does not matter what gauge you shoot. You can kill those birds.
You also shoot probably 1,000 rounds before the season.
Probably more than that.
Yeah.
Probably more than that.
I'd say the average hunter doesn't have that much time spent at the range.
Recoil therapy, man.
I hear ya.
What would you shoot, Trav?
I'm the host. I don't have to ask that question. No. Next question. Anna, what else we got? No, what would I shoot?
Yeah.
You shoot that little side or over under 20 gauge pretty well.
Yeah, that 20 gauge has become kind of just like my little sweetheart.
Yep.
I mean, historically, if you've got a 12 gauge, you can hunt anything anywhere with that, from waterfowl to a grouse if you wanted to, or a woodcock. So it's the do-all gun. It's always been the do-all gun. But, yeah, I mean, now with all these loads, I would probably – I love that little 20 gauge.
The sub gauges, 20 gauge or whatever, they're so much nicer to carry.
Yeah.
And if you,
Mm-hmm.
I hunted a lot of days last year and I walk a lot of miles. And at the end of the day, man, if you're going to carry around an 8-pound semi-automatic 12 gauge, and then a person doesn't think about it, but throw a box of shells in your vest compared to a box of 20 gauge shells. And I mean, we're out there putting on some miles, man. I mean, it adds up.
Okay, we're gonna slowly bring this to a close here shortly. Anna, what do you got?
There was another one from Instagram, JLentZ. What do you think were the factors in early season Mearns numbers and late season numbers?
Yeah, this is a great one because we talked a lot about that when we were down in Arizona.
And so that, first of all, Josh will be listening to this, and I got to hunt with him this year. Very, very good guy. I think it was all setting condition. We talked about this when I got down there. I was down there the opening weekend of Mearns quail season, and we made the walk that me and Travis made the last day that we hunted together and filmed, the one that I talked about being one of the greatest Mearns quail hunts I've ever been on. I made the exact same walk with the exact same dog on the opening weekend, and we found exactly 0 birds. And it wasn't because those birds weren't there. It's because it was 70 degrees, it hadn't rained since September, and there was no wind. And then all of a sudden, in mid-December, we started getting some rain showers down there in Arizona, and it just changed everything. And the other thing that I think definitely had something to play was that we found some birds that were abnormally young later in the year. I mean, birds, male Mearns quail with very little plumage yet, even into mid-January. So there was definitely something that happened with that early hatch. I don't know if they got a rainstorm that went through there and wiped them out and there was a renest situation. But those young birds, they don't have as much scent to them. And we're talking about birds that are insanely tight holding anyways. When you guys are talking about not being able to talk when you're around pheasants and stuff like that, you can talk when you're around Mearns quail. I mean, like I'm drawing up Army general plans. It's like, Travis, you go there, you're shooting lanes right there. You go over here, camera guy, you stand right there. We're flushing. It's literally like that. It's a production because
and then
they will
where
hold
you think they're
forever.
going to go, They go the exact opposite direction.
The only consistency in Mearns quail hunting is that they always fly uphill, so they punish you if you want to go chase them.
Yeah.
But with them young birds, they don't have nearly as much scent as the adult birds. And with the poor scenting conditions, dogs just couldn't find them. Yep.
Before we wrap this up, maybe we'll do one more question, I think. But if you've listened to this podcast over the last 2 years, it's been just a real pleasure for me to work with this guy that's hiding behind me right now. Because every week, no matter where I am, I try to get out an episode. Hunter's laughing because we're 10 o'clock after walking 15 miles, and we still kicked one out, and I got it to Brandon. And every week, he puts up with whatever kind of audio that I come up with out of the field, or he meets me wherever I am to record and set this up. So, Brandon, would you please stand up, and can we just give you a round of applause? And he drove all the way down to Omaha tonight just to come out and set everything up here so that we could have this. And
he did not trust Travis and I to get this set up, or Lukey or anyone on
I know,
our
like,
team.
yeah, we can do this.
Yeah.
And he goes, no, I'm coming down there.
I'm coming down.
Yeah. So it's always good to have Brandon here. Thank you, Brandon.
Yeah, thanks.
Scott, what are you most looking forward to as we have 2 more days left of Pheasant Fest, and why?
I just like talking to the people when they come to the booth and they tell us about A, their hunts, or B, the shows maybe that they've liked that we've done, and give us ideas for future shows. I mean, I would say if you haven't come to see us yet, please do, and tell us where you want to see us film. We're all ears, and we start planning in about 3 months again for our next season.
I've got a file going of places that I'm already looking forward to. Hunter, yes. Yeah. Maybe joining you in Alaska. What are you most looking forward to, Tyler, for the rest of this weekend?
Well, for the rest of this weekend, I'm actually kind of excited for tomorrow. I'm going to be on the public land stage talking about hunting public land quail in the Southwest. I'm part of a panel. And over the last 5-6 years, it has just turned into an absolute passion of mine. I mean, about the time that mid-November comes around when everybody's really starting to think about pheasant hunting, I'm already thinking about warm weather in Arizona. It's like, all right, December 1, I'm heading south. And so getting to go up there and actually be able to help Pheasants Forever and Quail Forever get the message out that you can actually go take a road trip, get someplace, and go and hunt all public land and find these different birds. I'm looking forward to that.
Fantastic.
How about you, Trav?
For this weekend?
Yeah.
Well,
you already seen there's an orange blazer hanging up and
yeah, so I really think, Scott, you and I have talked about this now 2 times. This will be the 3rd time. I have got a blaze orange sport jacket that I'm wearing tomorrow night. And it's like, to me, it feels like, like the green jacket in golf. And I talked to Bob today, too, and I told him that because he had his on. There's only just a couple of them that we know about.
Wait a minute, it's not the same one? No. I thought you guys just wore the same one and just swapped out.
Bob and I are exactly the same size. He doesn't know where they came from other than they showed up at Pheasants Forever headquarters.
Well, I know yours came from the children's department because it wouldn't even fit over my right arm.
Don't laugh at him, guys. It just encourages that kind of behavior. And I just think that, and I told Bob, and we talked about this too, maybe somehow, when they become a life member, you get the blaze orange blazer to go with it.
Yeah,
So anyway, it's an honor that I'm wearing it tomorrow, and looking forward to the banquet. I've talked about this now. I think Brandon's tired of me talking about it, but I am nervous. So I'm just excited to
get it over with.
Yes. If you want to go up and MC the banquet tomorrow night in front of that ballroom full of people, you have at it. It's an honor.
I'd rather be on the other side.
I'm grateful for the opportunity.
You'll do great.
I'm excited for it.
Yeah,
I've got a story or 2 that I'm debating about telling tomorrow night. So I'll settle on something there, and then once I have that, we'll be good to go.
Me and Scott will just sit over at the table, drink beer, and heckle.
Please do. Please do. I'm actually hoping somebody falls, and then it takes the attention off me.
Well, we're kind of hoping it's going to be you.
No, I'm just kidding. I hope nobody falls. It's a real pleasure to be down here, just like it is tonight. And we've got all day tomorrow before that comes, and Saturday, roughly 70% of people that come to Pheasant Fest come on Saturday. Yeah,
It's gonna
so
be busy.
It'll be a busy day. It's cold down here. It feels like we're in Canada in January, or in your neck of the woods. It's blowing the wind.
It's not that cold in North Dakota. I think it's colder here.
I think it is.
It's
yeah,
cold here
it's
right now.
40-mile-an-hour winds or 30-mile-an-hour winds, and it's
I'll
like
have to be
10.
home.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
And you're wearing a T-shirt, and you were outside walking all the way down here.
Well,
in a
nobody
T-shirt.
ever said I was smart.
No.
So
No.
I mean,
Well, we're glad you joined us tonight, Tyler.
Oh, thank you guys very much
thanks
for having
taking
me.
the time.
It
Scott,
was
any
a
closing
pleasure.
remarks?
No.
No. That is that. Thank you all so
Thank you,
much
guys.
for joining us tonight.
Thanks, everybody,
Cheers.
for coming.
We really appreciate it. We may have to do this again.
We might. This
it was
is
kind
great.
of fun.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm in. Cheers to the Brickway Brewery too.
Cheers to the Brickway
these guys
Brewery.
Crushed it here. Cheers.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, everybody. Enjoy the rest of Pheasant Fest.